So hello guys, this is Nathy from Information World, Information World, and I'm here to take you through the introductory course for PHP. For PHP. So in today's lesson, we are going to do a little introductory for beginners, and then some advantages we have in PHP, in coding PHP, and we continue later. It is very vital that we treat this. So you can skip to the next video if you like, or better still, you can just listen. It is very educative. Thank you very much. So now, let's talk about some little introductory tidbits we have for beginners. So PHP stands for PHP hypertext preprocessor. Preprocessor. So you have PHP stands for PHP hypertext preprocessor, and it is one of the world's most popular programming languages for web development. It is very good. Most popular languages for web development. We have other examples of web development. We have JSP, we have ASP.NET, we have Perl, we have Django, which is a Python framework. We have all these languages, but for the purpose of this lesson, let's just talk about PHP. So PHP, should we say, it is one of the most popular languages for development, for website development or web development, and PHP today is used on over 20 million websites, more than a third of the world's server on small feature. So it is used for web development for more than 20 million websites. That should tell you how powerful this language is. So I hope you just go along with this tutorial, and then at the end of this tutorial, I hope you become a little bit, should I say, you become an intermediate PHP programmer. You develop apps like management systems, like inventory management system, like point of sales management system, like retail management system, like church management system, and so forth and so on. So now let's talk about some advantages of PHP. So if you are familiar with other server-side languages like ASP, like JPS or JPS, you might be wondering what makes PHP so special or so different from these competing alternatives. So we have some reasons. So advantages. Sorry. We have the first one, performance. Performance. So performance. PHP scripts execute faster than other programming scripts like JSP, you have Perl, you have ASP.NET, you have Django. Comparing the execution time, PHP is much more faster than all of these. Trust me. And as PHP improves, as upgraded, the speed of its execution is also upgraded. So now I think PHP is now at, let's say PHP is now 7 point, the version of PHP is now 7.3 something. You find out when you are installing PHP. So performance. simply it is how fast it is when it's executing as compared to other script languages, other server-side languages like ASP.NET, like GSP, like Perl, like other stuffs. Now let's move on. Number two, we have portability. Portability. So when I say portability, basically we think of being able to carry it along anywhere, anytime. So PHP, it is cross-platform. It is cross-platform, meaning you can host PHP on a Windows platform, on NS platform, on Mac OS platform, on OS2 platform. So no matter the platform that you are on, you can install PHP on it. That makes it portable for you. Portable. So it is cross platform. Sorry. Cross platform. Okay. The third one is it is very easy to use. Very easy to use. Very easy to use. So PHP has a clear and consistent syntax, which comes with an exhaustive documentation. So PHP comes with an exhaustive documentation, and if you want to find the documentation of PHP, you just search on Google PHP documentation. You have it here. I made a mistake though, but you don't worry. You have it here, PHP documentation, and you have it all here. So you have it here. You have the basic syntax. You have the types, variables, constant, and spreadsheets operator, control structures, functions, classes, objects, namespace, errors, exceptions, generators, reference, explained, and predefined variables, predefined exceptions, predefined interface and classes, context options and parameters, supported protocols and wrappers. So you have all this here. I was quite fast, but you don't worry. You just go along as you deal with it a lot. So PHP comes with quite exhaustive documentation, which has over 5,000 functions included with the core distributions. So that's the third one. Let's move quickly to the fourth one. So the fourth one is open source. This is what I like about many programming languages, some of the programming languages. It is open source, meaning we have the language is developed by a worldwide team of volunteers who make it free source code freely available on the web. So if you know the syntax, if you know the structure of PHP, and then you want to perform a task or write a particular line of code or block of code which you don't know how to go about, so far as you know the function you want to perform, you go online, search for it, and you'll find it. That makes it open source. That means codes are online, they are available online to aid you in whatever that you want to do. That's PHP for you. PHP is open source. Number 5, it supports third party application. It supports third party application. So in the sense that PHP doesn't work alone. Actually, it works with a server. It works on a server and database. So we have different database of which PHP supports. For example, we have Oracle, we have MySQL, we have Microsoft SQL Server. They are all supported by PHP. They are all supported by PHP, and PHP 5.3 supports more than 15 different database engines, and it includes the common API for database access. Okay, so now let's move on to the last one which I want to talk about, which is community support. Community support. Community support. So one of the nice things about community supported languages like PHP is the access it offers to the creativity and imagination of hundreds of developers across the world. So you have hundreds of developers, you have developers across the world who come and then create something with the language, and they are all available. It is in a way linked to open source. You have other developers on a platform who come with their creativity and then their creativity to solve some problems. So basically, this is what I want to talk about in this episode 1, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comment, any questions, please comment it below, and don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed, and share to friends so that they may also enjoy from this video tutorials on PHP for beginners. So thank you very much. My name is Nati from Information World once again. You'll meet in the next video.